All right. Thank you guys for coming. Just want to give it to you. Good news, two dudes proved one and one makes two. True before, but now it's true. And it only took them two to the two to the two to the two words to do her. Cold may have made men equal, but didn't make them even. Men are violent, God's gone silent, there's only numbers to believe in. But lawless numbers plague the world in 1882. You can't corral your digits in tidy little groups. Hyperbolic, hypothetic railroads turn each day to minutes. Meanwhile, mathematicians push that calculus past its limits. The frontiers of math surpasses wilderness and Indians. Hell, when a song's gone this wrong, the sarsaparillas gone non-Euclidean. Folks sought the rules for truth, they prayed they could be tamed. The laws of God awed us once, but now it ain't the same. Cantor sets up set theory, others analyze analysis, but all are bucked by infinite infinities, self-referential paralysis. So Frege wrote the rules on quantification and inference, and suddenly the wilderness is filled with these mathematical logicians. Logicians are a funny folk. They care about correctness. Historically, men, Socrates' mortality till math wrecked it. Russell rustles Frege's feathers with an impish little loop. Sets that don't contain themselves, they're bound to come unglued. Barbers only shave non-shavers, who's there to split the hairs? If the logician's dog only barks at strangers, can it bark when no one's there? This rigmarole probably needs a lot more rigor. We got logic in our pockets. We got symbols on the trigger. Among the swamps and crocs and paradox, Hilbert yearns for terra firma, formal systems, rules, and axioms. Let's polish all those terms up. So Hilbert puts a bounty on all truths pure and vast, on wild in the wilderness with a cathedral to hold the maths. They bet success on sets of sets, wrangle barbers using types. This stuff is good as it gets. Right minds and make math right. We got two dudes to find what's true. Bang, bang! 2 shots from a revolver will solve her. Every human tongue can say everything and nothing, so we invented math to sort the two things from the one thing. But if math's specific, it can't say arbitrary anythings. If it's consistent, it insists on saying something. Because any formal system mixes symbols, truths, and inferences. For instance, arithmetic is consistent, but skips soft descriptions in pursuit of precision. Listen, alluring, elusive, mutually exclusive, you cannot beat this. Gödel found Faust in all formal systems choose consistency or completeness. Watch your back in the mirror, logicians fear them when they hear them. Kurt Gödel's 2 completely insane incompleteness theorems. Too dumb to utter, what a fun introduction. Here comes bullet 1 straight from the gun, son. For any consistent formal system that articulates arithmetic, one can find the numbers to encode its truths inside it. Turning a Gödel number into an arithmetic operation, make statements about other equations to the system's dismay, son. So formal systems talk about their paradoxes. Just say the statement's false to puncture logical locked boxes. Diagonally evade direct self-reference. Who meet correction? They're incomplete unless they have something to say for it. God's gone now, ain't nobody to pray for it. For a cold, cramped confession booth, cathedrals cannot hold the whole of maths without holes in its roof. Bullet 2. If a system is insistent that contradictions are non-existent, then that's a false statement, and the system's inconsistent. Good old Gödel's eternal hurdles as turtles on turtles. Kurt learned math in the bathtub, making logician's blood curdle. He ripped a page from Principia and wiped his glasses. Scrawl small proofs on the stall walls, hurting and hurling from the gas. From cradle to casket, basket cases in every math class. Take a seat, son. You missed your last chance to pass. Gödel. Hilbert got 99 problems, but a proof ain't one. Don't die on that hill burning Goodwill hunting in the sun. Theorem after theorem, put down without a fighting in. Provably unprovable purgatory ad infinitum. Well, the Wild West bested the best of us. No foundations for our fodder. We'll settle down and build a town for our grandsons and granddaughters. We'll prosper, share the gospel, share our wealth, our hunger too. The city of cement and steel will rise up from those ruins. Charles Babbage dreamed of machines that could conjure up some thinking, but it took a lady's brain to think of machines that could do some dreaming. Lady Lovelace listened and heard music in those digits. It ain't a crime to paint by number once or twice, or is it? Ada envisioned men and women aided by such precision. No work, no war, no worries. Machines handle heavy lifting. Letters leak from lightning wires sparked by dots and dashes. Ditch your horse for a Morse code, son, the telegraphs in fashion. Fast forward to the Great War, where we create great calculators capable of storing words for warding off invaders. Cathedrals collapse under carpet artillery, but Alonzo Church still stands, hand in man the lambda calculus, an early kernel of computer programs, electric contraptions, get the gears turning, here's turning. Learn the machines to keep Europe from burning. Enemies telegraph this cryptic crap behind our back, but we got magic, man. That cryptography's cracked. With ample tape and patience, computations say the same things. No oracles, no miracles, no ways to fake the faking. Miraculous task, Turing tasted the forbidden fruit of computing, and in that oracular orchard, died by an apple of his own undoing. With the Enigma egg unscrambled, nerds tilt that axis backwards, extract entropy into information and protect our precious passwords. Eyes open, no wool pulled, shorn from the lambdas. Punch card pulled from the looms, the mind no longer knows what the hand does. Soon thereafter, transistors supplant fragile vacuum tubes, growing faster, insisting that chips can shrink by factors of 2. Damn, those busy beavers can be a lot to top. But the halting problem never told us when to stop. Computers continue to secure and wreck our cities, cracking codes, building bombs, and crunching heat-seeking trajectories, wrestling the devil with the best of intentions. The road to hell is infested with null pointer exceptions. Integrate circuits into chips without dip microprocessors, little cities built from the sand. You better lay off the sauce, sir. Good news, grace will guide 2 dudes to the moon. Soon, von Neumann CPUs will fit in nanometer grooves. When Johnny Neumann was a boy, math was but a toy to him. But now he's a man, a maniac with an ENIAC and still a spoiled kid. After patching paradox, slapping axioms on algebra, after cracking the quantum, von Neumann caught that little computer bug. He builds the bomb, tries life, defines what games are made of. Each machine invents the architecture of process and information, found that by storing instructions and data together in memory, each machine can emulate anything without much reprogramming. But before von Neumann got on board that train to hell, he received a little letter from that rascal Kurt Gödel. If you try to build a metropolis, you know we'll topple it. Since every possible program fits in countably infinite space, place them in sorted order and give them numerical names. You can imagine a program that scans and plans faster than man can, but can that programs faster than proofs expand, man? Consider this tricky bit. If such a computer can exist and can go quick, they can query the answer key in the back of the book faster than a math whiz can pull out his abacus. Time out. Halting problem need not be heeded, if indeed we proceed with reasonable speed and we quit when needed. These decision problems could solve oddballs within practical limits if checking a problem and solving it stay within limited distance. This letter discovered decades later, folks would find that Gödel defined the E and NP landmine ahead of his time. To be or not to be, to P or N to P, to non-deterministic polynomial time programs run efficiently. PNP asks if a vast rift between questions and answers exists. It seems like solving is harder than checking, but you'll have to check with your therapist. PNP posits whether all forks and all roads lead to Rome, or whether you'd be better off just staying at home. PNP asks if you can run programs backwards efficiently, or if doing so makes big, oh no, complexity. PNP lays cement for stable cryptography. Without sufficient ciphers, it sucks to be a lock and key. PNP sounds simple, but kills countless careers. The naughtiest doggone problem gone unsolved for years. To be extra obtuse, diagonal proofs are of no use. Up crap creep without half a paddle in a leaky canoe. $1 million bounties out for any person with proof. Prize of the millennium awaits you if you can manhandle that truth. Meanwhile, Moore's law means more and more slop. Gigahertz in our shirts and teraflops in our socks. Computers play chess while humans play checkers against pigeons. Even Lisa Doll gets creamed by algorithms younger than infants. If the computers continue to do this, then humans are useless. The soothsayers cry in doom, the theorem provers proven ruthless. We mined a land to build city on a landmine, mine's blown, no diamonds, it's bound to be a bad time. Math's last answers may be unattainable. Man's match with machines may be unsustainable. But such is life as flesh, blessed with the best questions, and at least a seat at the table.